Happy Wednesday, everybody, and welcome back to the 6-day Advanced Water Fasting Challenge. Okay, and this is a Q&A, so you can send your questions in if you want. Tara will get them. She'll send them over to me. I think we've got around 20 questions from yesterday, believe it or not. I just want to say, everybody, I didn't really know if I should do this or not, because, we all take a look at it and say, okay, value, time. But I can't believe how many people are actually doing this. Like yesterday, we had 2,000 people just watch the fasting from yesterday. And you wouldn't believe we've had like about 10,000 people go to our library and actually watch the advanced fasting 2-hour video on how to do it. And then I guess they've read the guide too. But the reality is people are starting to understand that we are so much more powerful than we're led to believe. I'll keep saying this because whatever you think you are, you're not. Okay? You have so much more. You are an infinite being, and you have so much more possibilities. I take a look at what I've done. I've been in the health business since I was in my early 20s. I mean, when I first went to become a colon therapist, I hitchhiked when I was 19 years old to Gary, Indiana. And where's my story going? Well, okay. First of all I just want to say is this, is, you got to believe in yourself. You got to fake it till you make it. And that's how it goes. You do have to fake it till you make it. People go, oh, you're a fake. Well, you know what? You won't feel like a fake as long as you fake it till you make it, and you'll believe in yourself eventually. I'm still working with my adult children, okay, to get them to believe in themselves. I need them to be here right now. So I've got adult children that are in their 20s and even in their early 30s, and I want them to be here right now. I want them to be already in their mind 50 years old and know that they deserve everything and anything. But you know what? You have to believe you do, and you can't be giving yourself guilt. I mean, if you are a type of person that you're guilty of things, then you're going to have a hard time fasting because your subconscious will not allow you to get into something that's high, that is that high vibrational. Do you understand? So, you know what? You're really going to have to work on it. When you're feeling when you're feeling really good about yourself, like really good about yourself, like you are so excited and you just feel bliss all over, like that's what you are. You're just one big bliss ball, okay? That's when you write down all the things, all your wishes and all your desires, and guess what? You never change that. Go put it up on a board, put it up on the mirror, put it in the car, put it in the bedroom, put it everywhere, and understand something. When you start doubting yourself, that's your subconscious going, well, I thought they were just kidding. But now they actually think that they can have all these wishes and desires. And I've told you many times before, your subconscious, look at the programs you run, it doesn't care if they're killing you or they're going to save you. It's whatever your prominent beliefs are. Okay, so if you believe you're dying, it's not a really good thing because you probably will a lot quicker and you'll feel like it. If you believe that you can heal yourself and really have belief in yourself and faith in a higher power, then I'm going to just tell you, when two come together, teamwork makes the dream work, okay? So everything is about where your mind is at, and understand that. So when you're feeling like a bliss ball, okay, I want you to write down all your wishes and desires. And I'm telling you right now that you can have them all. And if you want to do a big poster and put everything on, the pictures that you want, keep it up for maybe 30 days and then put it away in a closet. And when you think about these things, these wishes and desires that you want in your life, just know this, that created the whole universe wants you to have them. And that is the God's truth. So the reality is that when you think about these things, don't feel anxious and don't be impatient, and just know that they'll come at the right time in the right place. Okay? But the reality is you got to put your heart into it, and you got to put emotion into it. Do you ever walk into a room and somebody's really emotionally charged and so excited? Don't tell me that it doesn't rub off on you. Don't tell me you don't feel it. Did you ever walk into a room where somebody is like worried that COVID's going to kill them? Don't tell me that doesn't rub off on you. You just want out of the room. You want to run, okay? Oh, unless you believe you're going to be one of those people, or you are one of those people, then you may just stay there and talk about the end. But the reality is this. All we need, okay, is 20% of the population to only focus on what they want. I'm telling you, that's how it works. 20% of the population focuses on only what they want, their wishes and desires. This whole planet would change. But guess what? But don't wait for the planet to change. I need you to change today. I want you to have the best day of your life. I want you to go wherever you go to leave smiles. So that's the trail that we can find you. You know, you walk into a store, you go into some place and there's people there. I want you to compliment them. I want you to make them feel good, because that'll make you feel good. Let's be the people that bring people up. Okay. You know, I know sometimes we have to look at the facts, but the reality is that we don't get lucky. We make lucky. We don't get lucky. We make lucky. Okay. So again, thank you for joining me, everyone. And I hope you're having the best Wednesday of your life. This afternoon, I am going to be interviewing Dr. Magda Havas. She's one of the top people in 5G, and she is a beautiful soul. You won't want to miss this. And then tomorrow, which is Thursday, we're going to be taking your questions live. So if you've got questions for her about 5G or the coronavirus and how they affect each other, you can put them on today, and we will put them on the show tomorrow. Or you can watch the show today and put them under there, or go on YouTube, leave your questions. Okay, and then the following week, I'm going to be interviewing Dr. Howard Fisher about cell phones and 5G and what you can do to protect yourself and how you can protect the other smart gadgets in your life. Okay, and then the following week, I'm going to have Peter Webb on talking about crystal energy and 5G, and talking about radionics and how he is able to actually put the frequencies of our product, Infinite Iodine, in there, our Sononian minerals in there, which is the most complete complex, mineral complex on the planet, and how he's able to put other things in and other frequencies of healing emotions. And he's going to talk about all these different things and how it's a true science. Radionics is a true science. You know, everything is vibrational. You know, we'll have people on here that are from many different parts of life with many different types of different beliefs. So why do you fast? Well, some people will say, well, I'm fasting because I want to detoxify heavy metals. I want to bring the vibration up to get rid of the candida. I want to restore my liver, or I want to restore a certain organ or a certain tissue, or have relief from what we might call a certain disease, which all diseases are just symptoms, right? But the reality is the biggest change you'll ever see is vibrationally on an emotional and spirit level. So when we get into this part, this is where some religious factions will actually be, because I've already taken a few posts and a few comments from people, how they were good with the fasting, long as I kept to the physical. But as soon as I started talking about frequencies and vibration, which is more real than anything else, they no longer wanted to watch the show. So I don't say things to offend anyone. Understand that. I honor and respect everybody on this planet for all their beliefs. So understand, when I get on here, it's not to upset anyone. So let's get into the show. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to bring ourselves up, our vibration up. How would you like to be able to handle more stress? You're not going to create more stress, but the thing is I've got tons of things that are stressful in my life. I mean, look at what I do. I risk every day. I can risk my reputation on Facebook and YouTube. You know, you can get bantered. Doesn't matter what you say. You're not going to please everybody all the time. So I've learned this. If I come from my heart, you know, I'm not going to take anything personal, what people say. I'll listen to what they say and what can I learn from that. But I don't need anybody's approval, because I know that I am and believe in total love for myself and everyone else. And I'm not going to judge anyone, but I'm going to observe out there, and I'm going to decide what I like and I don't like. Okay, all right? Okay, I don't like turnip. Thank you. If I do that, it makes me gag. All right? I don't like a certain person's belief. That's okay, but I'm not going to hate turnip, because turnip heals people. It's just that, you know, I think I was forced to eat it. Well, I know I was forced to eat it when I was younger all the time, and I used to, like, you know, spit it out and hide it underneath the plate, or put it in a Kleenex and shove it in my pocket, or do whatever I could with it. But the reality is this, is you deserve to have the best life ever, and I need you to focus on that. And I want you not to get caught up in all the stuff that's going on out there. You know what? You got to be selfish enough to know what you need to be completely healthy. And what is that? Did you ever write it down? Did you ever look at it? Well, I need to meditate. I need to stretch. You know, I need to really focus on my breathing. I need to make sure that I hydrate every day. I really need to make sure that I don't do sugar. I need to, you know, figure out the things that are causing you to stumble, and figure out the things that will bring you up. So that's what I wanted to talk about. So every day I get on here, I just yak on what's in my head about, I don't know, we come down here and we just talk, and this is what felt important today, okay? So we talked about that. Let's go on here. Oh, so the challenge started on the 12th at 7 p.m. and it finishes Tuesday, May the 19th at 6 a.m. in the morning, okay, for those who want to do it. To help you, I will be joining you, like I said, today, Thursday, Friday, Monday, and Tuesday, okay? And I will be coming on at 10 a.m. in the morning, okay? On Monday, I will be coming on at 3 p.m. because that's the Q&A day, and then Tuesday again back at 10 a.m. Okay, everybody? So let's begin. All right. Now, before we start taking questions, which I'm going to go into here, and if you want to start sending in your questions, you can do that, and Tara will start sending them to me, because the live questions I'll do first, but I will get through all of them, okay? All right. In life, when you meet someone, whether it's a friend or a family member, how you say hello and how you say goodbye. So when you first meet someone, you want to, hi, how are you? And then when you say goodbye, it's sincere, right? Okay. Now, how you wake up in the morning is really important. You know what? You stub your toe, it ruins your whole day. Oh, God, no. You're running a program, okay? So everything in life is a program, and everybody out there wants to program you. Like, you didn't notice that, right? Like, I keep bringing this back, but, take a look at your fear monitor and see how much you fear, right? Okay. Now, I want everybody to know this, that on a personal level, I'm going to stay away from things with the coronavirus from now on. I'm not going to opt in unless I'm asked to, but I am going to be making a post when I see something that I think is factual, scientific, and it's backed with real science or real research. I'm not going to stop doing that. I just want you to know that 99% of my emphasis from going onward will only be about you, loving you, healing you, helping you. I want you to understand that. But I am going to post things that I see, because there's very intelligent people that are friends of mine that are doing things, and I want to share their stuff. Okay? All right. So, because I think really good, truthful information is hard to find. You're never going to find it out there where everybody else is looking. Okay? So now let's get back to what I was saying. So how you wake up in the morning and go to bed. So the first hour in the morning is called the hour of power. I would rather get up an hour earlier and spend time honoring, respecting my body, my mind, my spirit, and that which created me, and have an hour less sleep than just get out of bed. And if you get out of bed and you just rush to do things, if you get out of bed just to go and do this fast, no. Spend time. And then the last hour of the night, make sure you spend the last hour of night not watching Netflix. If you're not spending quiet time, peaceful time, high vibrational time with yourself, you're going to have a hard time with this fast. Now, why am I saying all this? Well, the way you begin things and the way you end things is really important. So the way you begin this fast, okay, so I know we're already into it by a day, but you need to set a schedule for yourself, and you need to make sure, hey, I love you, family, but can I have this hour and can I have this hour? Because the more that you calm down, the more peaceful you are, because you need to be that, because your mind is, your subconscious, I should say, is set up in a way that, right, when my wife usually says this, you're not giving me enough attention, I usually go, what are you talking about? I'm just trying to, and the thing is we all run programs, and she dearly loves you. or if their husband says something and that sets you off, you're going to be off your fast. Now, believe it or not, your subconscious is just waiting for that to throw you off so it doesn't have to learn something new. Did you ever hear people say, I fear the future? There you go. I mean, that's like almost everyone. But I don't. And I really don't, everyone. Because I live in the present moment. Now, did you ever have people say, I hate change? Wow, that's really going to suck. I mean, your body's continually changing. The world's continually changing. People are coming to this planet and people are leaving. And you don't like change. Well, you need to stop saying that. Because if you keep saying, I don't like change, you're never going to change. And if you don't change, then you're just going to be like Groundhog Day, Bill Murray. You're going to do the same bloody thing every day until you realize that to have a new reality, you got to change parts of your personality. So let's go back to what I was talking about. So when you come into this fast, you got to set guidelines and rules. And that means you might have to talk to the family and just, bring love home, bring health home, right? Let's just see how easy they can make it for you. If they love you, they're going to do it. Now, don't get me wrong, men, but if you wanted to do a fast and you told your wife something, she'd go, yes, honey, I'll do whatever I can to help you. Now, usually with men, please, I'm not trying to pick on you guys, but if the woman wants to do a fast, the man goes, no, I don't want to. And she says, well, does this mean I still have to make your supper? Well, yeah, that would be great. Or because I'm eating like this, is there any way that you can try to not eat around me or snack around me or bring out the chips and that? And usually men will go, no, I don't think so. If you want to do the fast. And that's how men are. Men have been taught to be kind of like bullies. I'm not trying to pick on you guys, but we really need to think about this, because if we weren't bullies, the world wouldn't be in the shape it's in. Because if you take a look, it's men that are bullying everybody right now. And so what I'm saying is make sure that you have guidelines with your family, with yourself, and every morning when you begin this fast, you start off on the right foot. Okay? Really honoring, respecting, and protecting yourself. And then at nighttime, doing the same. But now let's talk about the fast. Coming into the fast is not a big deal, but coming out of the fast, make sure that if you do the fast for 6 days, you've got 3 days, okay, that you're actually coming out of the fast before you would go into the perfect day diet. The best reality is if you come out of your fast and you go with it, you can go with, it depends on your beliefs. I'm a veggie broth guy and celery juice. So I'll do veggie broth and celery juice for 3 days if I was doing the actual fast for 6 days, the water fast, advanced water fast. So I'll do that for 3 days before I go into my perfect day diet. And then, the perfect day diet that you'll find in the perfect day guide in my library, I pretty well eat like that 80% of my life. So it's not a big deal for me, but that's what I would do for another 3 days, or as long as you possibly can, because it's the most healthiest diet you can do. And because it's time tested. I mean, this same diet, I've been doing this same diet for the last probably 30 years, and it's the one that is, a good starting place, and then you can do whatever you want to make your little tweaks and changes. Now, I had someone ask me, say, well, when I come out of the fast, if I don't like celery juice and I don't want to do veggie broth, can I do carrot juice? Well, I will tell you this much. If you do carrot juice, then you better dilute it. So that means for the first day, you would dilute that carrot juice, maybe 20%, 25% to 75% structured water. And if you don't have that, just water, right? Because don't be turning on things too fast. It's like, okay, you know how the coronavirus has shut everything down? Do you think that when everything, and they say that we're allowed to come out and get the economy going again, it's just going to go back to normal? No, it's going to start off and it's going to be like people have to turn the lights on. They have to do a lot of things. They put all the equipment away. They've taken things apart. So things need to come back, and it's going to take time. So with your digestive tract, don't whack it with concentrated carrot juice. And I've had a few people say, well, what if I just want to jump into that? And I don't want to do the celery juice. I don't want to do the veggie broth, or I don't want to do the bone broth. Well, I would do the way it is. But if you don't want to do that, then you can do it. And somebody said to me too, well, what if I don't have the ATP to actually create more energy and I need more energy? Well, I'm telling you right now that it's not really a wise thing to actually, you could, I guess, take in a little bit of carrot juice and dilute it down, but it would be very small. But the reality is I don't want you doing that if you don't have to. Just connect to your breath and go lay down for 5-10 minutes. I'll tell you what's happening. If you feel oozy, if you feel like you can't go on, I'll tell you right now, okay? You've got monkey mind. So your mind is stressing you out, and you tried to squeeze too much in. Think about what you cannot have to put into today. Don't say yes. Honey, can you? No, I'm doing the fast. After the 6 days, I've got to honor myself. This is where you need to honor yourself and hold the loving line with your family and friends and say, no, I'm doing this. Okay, you got to be selfish enough to want to heal yourself, for God's sakes. Don't ask yourself why you have dis-ease when you can't be at ease with looking and honoring and respecting and loving yourself. And that's the bottom line. You know, I'm going to tell you right now, and I've got, you know, between my products that I have, I mean, I really truly believe I have the best products in the world. And we don't bring on a lot of products, but when we bring one on, I always want you to know that you should have your head up and watch. Because our infinite iodine, there's nothing like it on the globe. Our Sononian minerals, there's nothing like it on the globe. All right? And we're also bringing out C60. So check out what C60 is. And we've checked out to make the best C60 in the world. Okay? And C60, believe it or not, I know I'm off track a little bit, but you're going to want to know this. It helps to remove radiation. It crosses the blood-brain barrier amazingly well. But it will help to remove radiation like 5G, right? Radiation, Wi-Fi radiation, blue light radiation. And that's what we're going to be talking about tomorrow and next week and the next week. We're doing 3 weeks of this, okay? Well, let me get back to what I was talking about. So the reality is, guys, try to stick to as much of the program as possible. And then if you have a question and you're really stumped, I'm telling you right now, I honor and respect you. I want you to call me. My extension is number 5. So you can call me or you can call 0. And if you don't get me, and you'll get one of my master trainers. So understand something. And before I go on even further, I want you to know what we're doing here. Do you ever notice something? That everybody buys this or tries this, but they can't seem to get it together. So we've thought long and hard. And what we've done is we put a protocol together. I don't just have certified nutritional, emotional counselors. They're my master trainers. I've got right now 4 master trainers. And if you guys want to create the perfect day for yourself, lifestyle, right? We're now going to be doing this for everybody, $125. And that's a 1-hour consult. We're going to take $25 of that, and that'll go towards your product. Okay. And then we're going to give you lifetime support. And I'm not kidding. You can call me 3 to 5 times a day. You're not always going to do that. And understand, you're going to call me as often as you have to, or you're going to call one of my master consultants, and you're going to call them as often as you need to. And you're going to nail your perfect day. And then you're going to repeat your perfect day each and every day. That's how life is. You create a perfect day, and then you repeat it. Oh, no, don't do that. Take a look at most people. They do this almost the same day every day. Sometimes they get a little bit better, but then it falls back into that bad day. So how would you like to have someone supporting you, your own coach? Now understand something. You won't be able to say to me, Dr. Wolfe, you didn't follow through, because we've been doing this same thing, okay? I've been doing the same thing for 30 years. And understand, it works. So understand something. You can waste money really quickly, or you can create that perfect protocol. All right? And understand, if anybody here doesn't believe that that was worth 10 times its money, then guess what we're going to do? We're going to refund your money without question. So understand something. Tell me we're not behind you. Tell me we don't care, and I'll tell you, you're so far from the truth. The truth is we are family. And it doesn't matter what your beliefs are. We all came from the same creator. End of story. So let's get into this, okay? Thanks for everybody's patience. I hope I haven't bored you or I'm too far off track. I don't want to do that. I'm hoping that everything is important that I'm saying. Hazel, can you explain about the saltwater flush a little bit more. Okay, the saltwater flush, you need to do it every morning. If you don't do it, and if you don't like the salt, then please, then do the daily cleansing tea, all right? But I'd rather that you did the saltwater flush. The saltwater flush, I like Himalayan salt better than sea salt or real salt. That's my first choice for me. You do whatever you want. Make sure it's organic. Make sure it's really good and healthy. Lots of minerals in it. Now, somebody will you'll take from a teaspoon to a tablespoon of salt, and you'll put it into somewhere around the area of 15 ounces to a quart, depending on your size. Okay, so if you were a smaller woman, like around 100, 110 pounds, you might do 15 ounces of the salt water, and you might only do a teaspoon. Now, let's say that you're 100 pounds, you're going to take 15 ounces of water, okay, and then you're going to put 1 teaspoon of the, let's say, whatever salt you choose, long as it's a healthy one. But we'll just say Himalayan salt because that's what I'm used to. So we'll say we'll take a teaspoon of Himalayan salt. We put it into 15 ounces of water. Now, if you're the type of person that you have diarrhea, then we're not going to do the saltwater flush because that gets your bowels moving. Now, if you're the type of person that is really constipated and you could only be 110 pounds still, that 15 ounces of water might not be enough, and that teaspoon may not be enough. I would suggest that you did like 2 teaspoons of Himalayan salt. And those are, when I say 2 teaspoons, I'm talking level, okay? And I would do maybe into a 15 ounce of water or up to 20. Now, if you're somebody that is, so the slower the bowels are, maybe a little bit more salt and a little more water, right? Do you get it? A little bit more stimulation. So if you're somebody that's like 200 pounds, then you're probably going to do a level tablespoon, especially if you're constipated, a level tablespoon or even a little rounded tablespoon, and then a quart of water. Now, guys, when I do this, I do a quart. 32 ounces of water, structured water, and I do a tablespoon of Himalayan salt. That works the best for me. So understand, when somebody tells you to do something, they're giving you a guideline. You can't injure yourself from this. You could injure yourself if you're over-aggressive and you already have loose stool and you go and do a tablespoon of Himalayan salt and you do a quart of water. I mean, that's just going to be like, whoosh, right? So let's just use our canoodle. So when we start moving our bowels, if it's watery, we're going to be losing electrolytes. So that's when you would want to kick in more of the Ormus minerals. Now, you can do the Ormus minerals 3 to 6 times a day. And you know what? Go by your gut. Okay. You know, the smartest part of you is your bacteria. Okay. That's where 85% of also your energy comes from. All right. Your mind is a computer and it runs programs. But you know, I had a gut feeling I shouldn't have done that. That's right. So the more that you get involved in your instinct and in nature, the nature of what you really are, the better you're going to do. So even with the ATP for energy, you could do it 3 to 6 times a day. I tell everyone a teaspoon of the fulvic concentrate in every quart of water, every liter of water, depending on what you're drinking, right? And I tell people too that you can do the super cinnamon. And I'll tell you, if you've got any type of blood sugar problems or adult onset diabetes and you want to do this, I'm telling you, there's nothing better. Okay, I put 1 to 2 drops in a quart of water, and I will do that. Especially if I'm doing a longer fast, and it keeps me feel fresh. It makes me feel clear. It keeps my blood sugar balanced. You can also add a little bit of lemon or orange if you want, because essential oil, ours is called Lemon Lift, and the other one is called Orange Burst, okay? And this is our super cinnamon. And I will tell you guys that, guess what? I have the best cinnamon essential oil in the world, and I know I do. There's a farmer that we get our cinnamon from, and it cost us double the price of any other farmer, but he also has the highest quality in the world. When you do it, you'll find out. I mean, this alone is going to balance blood sugar levels. This alone helps with adult onset diabetes or even diabetics. Any diabetic can take this, okay? And it's going to help to reduce their insulin level. Okay, so I know I'm off a little bit. Okay, so I'm coming right back here. So you can do these essential oils when you're on. And the one that we usually tend to look at, like I said, is the actual super cinnamon because it's actually providing a purpose. People that feel that they have low blood sugar, that their energy levels drop up and down. They fluctuate a lot. People that are pre-diabetic, which is only, guess what? Did you know that 85% of the population is pre-diabetic right now? So it can be really helpful, and it gets you through that 6 days, but it makes you feel great, okay? So I hope I said enough about the saltwater flush. So play around, experiment with that, okay? All right, let me get to the telephone, and then I'll come back to these questions. Stacy, will powder probiotics, apple cider vinegar, and lemon affect the fast? Yes, stay away from that, please, if possible. You really don't need that. You don't need that stuff, okay? And understand something. The more you do of what you just said, the more you're going to turn on your digestion, and the more you're going to distract the energy away from what you're trying to do. So it's the same thing with our lifestyle. Don't let YouTube, don't let Facebook, don't let friends, don't let family pull you away from where you need to be right here, okay? All of these products aren't going to help. They're just going to distract, and they're going to displace the energy that was supposed to be for autophagy and actually for creating stem cells, okay? You don't want to do that. Anna, is there sort of a daily schedule for the fast? Well, the daily schedule, again, like I've given all the guidelines in the fasting guide, and what you want to do is you're not going to drink too much water. Do you understand? You're not going to drink too much water. So you always want to feel comfortable, all right? You never want to feel a burning in your mouth. If you start to get a burning in your mouth, then you know you're not drinking enough water. If you're starting to feel fuzzy in the head, you're not drinking enough water. And like I said before, when I do a fast, I'm about 175 pounds, I think, all right? And so when I do that, I'm usually around 5 quarts a day. I've been known to go as much as 6 quarts. You know, I will never go lower than 4 quarts a day, all right? So it depends on the day and how you're burning it up, right? I mean, if you're really on the go, you know, you're sweating more. You don't realize how much water will come out through your skin and between the urination and things of that nature. So you really got to go by how you feel. But usually you're always going to find if you're having negative symptoms, you're not usually drinking enough water, okay? So that is it. So a daily schedule. Well, if you go by the guide, I think it'll be there. You'll have to be a little bit more specific, okay? All right? And then I can work with that. My question is about elimination of toxic bile during coffee enemas. How long does it take for it to reach the colon? And how can I speed up the access, the process? Because I do not want it to be reabsorbed. Well, then as soon as you do the ultimate coffee enema, and understand something, you want to know something? If you did the black gold and you put the black gold in when you boil, I'll just show it to you, everyone. That's why you put black gold in when you boil the coffee, okay? And then you strain this. It's right in the guide. And I've got all the page numbers and everything, where to tell you to go to help to support you guys okay? And then we're actually going to make a nice thing that we're going to put up on Facebook and on Instagram. And we're also going to put this on tomorrow's show. So you can take a picture with your phone and always know where to go to look for this information. Okay? So the black gold in the coffee, guess what it does? It absorbs heavy metals and acidity. That's why you went and boiled it with the coffee. And then you strain it. And then guess what else you did? You took tummy love. Are you kidding me? This is the best product for the large intestine, for restoring good bacteria, but also for absorbing acidity, heavy metals, and chemicals. So between those two, you can't do them orally because it'll turn on your digestive tract, but doing these two rectally, you're going to have the most amazing enema. And if you feel after the enema, after you've dumped, that you're toxic, just take a warm water enema. With a warm water enema with just a little bit more tummy love, okay? All right? That's what I would do. And then just flush it clean. And you'll have it. Don't worry about it. You're not going to have that toxicity come back at you. All right? Blanca, what is good for pain, like knee pain, back pain, etc.? Okay. Everywhere in the human body where you have pain, you have a physical block. Please say that back to me. Everywhere in my body where I have pain, I have a physical block. Now, how are you going to get rid of that physical block? Well, I'll tell you right now, everybody, we've got 1,000 clappers coming in. When the clappers come in, I'm going to tell you something, guys. I know that my protocol is going to be the most powerful in the world for people that can take action right now. I'm not going to give you protocols that it's like, well, you know, go out, do this, spend this, spend that. We're going to give you really powerful protocols. Understand something. If you were to do the belly button therapy, if you were to do the pelvic enhancer, okay, and we're going to be showing tomorrow with the chairs and everything on how to do it at home, do a makeshift until you decide it's worth getting a pelvic enhancer, and doing the pelvic activation squat, doing the belly button therapy. All of this is about releasing beautiful chemicals and hormones in the body and teaching your body how to go into a parasympathetic state. And if it's affordable, get yourself an Avacen, A-V-A-C-E-N. Okay, it increases the microcirculation in the body by 66%, 100% more than any other device on the planet. And it teaches you how to get into a parasympathetic state. And it teaches you how to actually master pain and make pain your friend, not your enemy. But what you need to do is, if you don't have a clapper, okay, you can use your hand. And let's say I had pain in my elbow. You think I'm crazy? I'm not. So I want you to clap here, okay? And I want you to clap right where the pain area is, and I want you to clap on the pain, and I want you to clap there for 5 to 15 minutes, all right? Now, somebody who says I've had chronic pain there for years, I tell you to do it for a half an hour to 40 minutes, right? And I'm going to tell you I'm right. So I want you to call me up. I want you to send me in testimonials. It'd be really great, you know, guys, if you would send in testimonials. You can just use your first name and where you live. And it's not about product. It's not about me. It's about giving people hope out there, okay? So we should, if you want to send your testimonials, where would be a good place to send them? I really need testimonials from people. And if somebody wants to do a video or an audio, or they want to do a written one, we need testimonials on everything to start showing people that they can do things to empower themselves. I'll figure that out by tomorrow, won't I? We'll have a meeting with Peter. So anyway, so clap it. And then what I would suggest you do, okay, if it's a sensitive area, use Rose DMSO. And if it's like a joint, like a knee or an ankle or somewhere where there's more bone and cartilage than there is tissue, then you would use DMSO, and you only need to use a little bit. And you would put that on 3 times a day. And then you would also put on our product called Pain Away Essential Oil. Okay? This is the deal. You're not going to have pain. So did you get what I just said? And also, believe it or not, if you actually skin brush, if you were to skin brush the area, okay, all right, every day, that area that is painful, you skin brush it, and then you go in and you do the Epsom Salt Glow, which I showed yesterday, okay? And I'm going to tell you where to get all this stuff. At the end of today, I give you where to go for everything, to make everything, to do everything, okay? This is the first time we've ever done this, guys, so we're still kind of trying to work out the bugs and figure out where we can support you more, so bear with me, okay? The next go-around, which will be in about 8 weeks, we're going to do another one. We'll do this every 8 weeks, every 2 months for people until they feel like they don't need us anymore. They got this, okay? Because really, you don't need anybody for 99% of all your illnesses when you realize you are the healer, okay? And with the Pain Away Essential Oil, you can put that on as often as you want. You know, my neck was really bothering me because I think I've just been overdoing it. And from deep tissue all the years, there's a knot in there. And I'm breaking it up. And the other thing is if you have a clapper, and let's say it's in a joint, you can, okay, all right? Okay, this is called chipping. Okay, I call it chipping. So you go into the joint, and because there's not a lot of tissue in there, clapping like that's not going to do it, or patting. So we go in on the joint and we chip, and I'm going to tell you something. It's amazing. Yeah, let me think. I think that's about it. So just do the DMSO maybe 3 times a day on the area. And I already told you, depending on where the area is, what kind of DMSO, and then use the pain away. And when the pain leaves, then you can use our muscle restore, because it's built to actually make sure that the tissue completely heals. Okay? And also, both the pain away and the muscle restore smell so good. They're like perfume. All right? Okay, next. Linda, if I forgot to do the salt water first thing in the morning, should I do it later in the day, even after already taking the supplements? Definitely. What supplements? Okay, so you're not really taking supplements. You're doing the Ormus minerals, the ATP, the fulvic. That's about it. So you're not taking supplements per se, I hope. Yeah, and you know what? I'm going to tell you something right now. If I said I'm not doing an enema, I'm not doing a coffee enema, and I felt like I did the saltwater flush this morning, and I felt kind of nauseous and stogged up, I'm going to do another saltwater flush this afternoon. But don't get obsessive about this. Because if you feel you're not moving, then warm the water up. You know the water you're drinking throughout the day, a lot of it? Well, make sure that you warm it up. Warm water cleanses easier. So it's good to drink your water warmer, not cold. So understand that when you're fasting, okay, you might feel like you want some cold water. Okay, maybe do an ice cube or something, right? The reality is don't keep on doing cold water. Try to do room temperature or on the warmer side whenever you can, because that's going to help to melt the mucus. And guess what? That's what it does. It relaxes things, opens things up, moves things along. Okay? What's wrong with a mammogram? I'm due for one. I really don't like getting into this stuff. If you look at the side effects of a mammogram, all that radiation, go for a thermogram. Go for a thermogram. And you're due for a mammogram. Let me tell you something. I'm not going to tell anybody what to do here, because you know what? I cannot even get involved in that. That is so not where I want to be. Okay? Nobody in my family is going for a mammogram. Okay, and I can say that. None of the women in my family are going for a mammogram. Why would we do that? First of all, because we got to check every year if we got cancer. Okay, all right. Well, what if you had a lifestyle that wouldn't allow cancer? You heard what I said. I'm never going to have cancer. Okay, my partner's never going to have cancer. Are you like kidding? Okay, cancer comes from corruption, contamination, and conflict, because it's an emotional first and then a physical problem. And the physical problem being this, that we really don't know how to eat. This is why we're doing and learning about fasting. This is why we learn about the perfect day protocol diet. You know, let's put it this way. If I'm 80 to 85% good, I can be 50% naughty. Okay? So understand that. But let me make this perfectly clear to you. There's an evil out there, okay? And that evil is most of the systems that most of the people operate by. And I can say this because don't come to me and banter at me. Do your homework, okay? 92% of the population has autoimmune disease. 50% of the children have asthma. And we also know now, too, that, you know what? 75 years ago, Grandpa could drink a quart of rye and smoke a pack and a half of cigarettes every day, and he would just go, and that would be it. Today, you go ahead and try to drink like that, smoke like that, with all the invisible stuff that's going on, the stuff you don't even know about, and you're going down so fast, you're going to blow up. And that's that. That's the bottom line. So the reality is here is that it's game on, and they know it. You don't think they don't want to depopulate? Okay, all right. Oh, I know they're out for our best interest. Okay, I'm trying not to get political here, guys, but you know what? How would you like to be in my shoes? I take about what? I don't know, anywhere from 50 to 100 calls a day. Sometimes I'm up until 9 o'clock making callbacks. And you know what? A lot of calls are mothers. Thank you very much. I'd say about 95% of them, 90% of them. And a lot of them have so much anxiety, so much stress. They'll get on the phone, they'll start crying. I can't believe I'm talking to you, Dr. Wolfe. You know, I'm so worried about my children. I'm so worried about my husband. Yeah, you're not on this end, you know? So when you think I'm a drama queen, trauma person, I get to see all this pain and suffering and all the stuff that's going on and how people are being abused physically and emotionally by the systems out there, okay? And then they're coming to me, and then I tell them, guess what? We can do this. We can turn this around. And this is why we build these protocols and have consultations priced that anybody can afford. Because if I don't start doing this and we don't start offering a gateway, okay, not a Bill Gate, but a gateway for people, okay, to find their own way. You are the way. Okay. So yeah, do the saltwater flush anytime you want. Just don't overdo things, really, please. And if you're not sure if you're overdoing it, call my phone. Did you hear what I said? I said call my phone. Or call 0 and ask for Karen or Robin, okay? Or you can ask for Jason, and we're going to answer your questions. And it's just like that. We're here for you. Also, if you decide you're going to go for a mammogram, there are things you need to take before you go there and after. So if you're determined you need to do that, then you might want to give us a call and I'll tell you those things. Leon, does activated charcoal break the fast? And just remember something, that mammograms cause breast cancer. All right. So the reality is I don't believe that you need to go into the shower and check your breast every time you shower. That's like panic, fear mode again. Why do we have to live like this? All right. If you want the best breasts in the world, I'll teach you. Okay. You give me 1 hour, I'll teach you. I mean, I should do a breast thing, shouldn't I? Yeah. We'll do a show just on breasts and I'll just teach everybody. So you don't have to book a consult, give me any money, but can you put that down? I'll do we'll just do a beautiful breast show. How's that? And I'll book that sucker today. And then we'll come on here and we'll show you how to have the most beautiful breasts, not these lumpy scar tissue, calcified, crystallized, okay? And so don't worry. If you can just do these things, and if you can get your husband involved, your partner involved, whoever that is, or even a friend, okay? I'm going to show you how to do these things, okay? Does activated charcoal break the fast? I want to use it as a binder with the coffee enema during the fast. Absolutely. If you want to do that, but the black gold will even surpass that. But if you want to do the charcoal, go right ahead. If I drink the salt water, in the morning, do I have a coffee enema later in the day? Yes, you can. You can do that. And I think that's a great thing to do. And make sure that the ultimate coffee enema is in a peaceful time and a peaceful place. Turn off your phones. Get them out of there. Let everybody know not to bother you. Put on some soft music that really is peaceful. And then, you know what I said earlier too, decide where you want your enema bucket, enema bag. The higher it is, the more pressure it creates, right? And then, like I said, squeeze the tube so it goes in gently and just really stay connected to your breathing, okay? Can you make the library audible? Oh my God. Yeah, I could. And everybody says that if I make it audible, it's supposed to be my voice. So maybe I'll just pretend and find somebody with my voice. I don't know. Yeah, but wait a minute. The library is audible. Most of it is. We did shows on it, didn't we? So if you go into the library, almost all the books have been audible, aren't they? A lot of them are audible. Some aren't, and I will get to it. But understand something, everybody. I am so determined. I got to get Thrive out, okay? Now, we're going to shoot Thrive in 3 weeks, aren't we? And then we're going to shoot I Am Woman in 7 weeks. And then I'm going to redo Braveheart, my emotional masterclass, this summer, okay? All right? Yeah. So those are more important to me. And also, I can't handle hearing myself say this one more time, that I need to get something done. So I've just got to go do it. Debbie, do you do the salt water before the celery juice? Well, when you're coming out of the fast, okay, you might want to do the salt water your first day before the celery juice. But actually, when I start coming out of the fast and I start doing the celery juice and the veggie broth, my bowels actually start moving. So it depends on the person. You may not need it. Everybody's different. You know, you've got people that have more sensitive bowels, and they can get loose stool fast. They can get diarrhea fast. So you're not going to do salt water, are you? Okay? And if you're a person that isn't doing the Ormus and you're not doing the saltwater flush because your stool's already loose, then can you do me a favor? Can you do just one little pinch of salt in every glass of water that you do throughout the day so that you're getting your trace minerals? Okay? Thank you. You need the sodium. You really do. All right? So that's another thing. Don't be afraid to put a pinch of salt in every glass of water, everybody. You can do that. Okay? Sherry, when nebulizing, do I put 1 drop of Ormus minerals or a dropper full of Ormus with the fulvic nano drops? 1 drop. 1 drop of Ormus with the fulvic bright eyes or the silver bullet when you're doing, she's talking about nebulizing, everyone. And she's talking about nebulizing either the bright eyes, or the silver. That's a silver bullet. So, excuse me, just 1 drop, okay? So before I came here and did the show, I did a quart of water with tummy love in it and just a little bit of super cinnamon, because underneath these blue lights, because that's what these are, these lights, and also with all the computer stuff that's going on in here, you really need to hydrate. And that's going to be the real secret in the future here. When 5G comes, you want to be ready. And that's what we're going to be talking about in the next 3 weeks. Okay. Last one for the ones that are on the phone. Ida, does the saltwater flush count toward your 4 quarts for the day? Yeah, it does. And understand something. You may not need 4 quarts. Maybe you just need 3 quarts, right? So I really need to go by how you feel. You know what? We have forgot that the best diagnosis in the world is how we feel, look. How we feel and look. All right? But the best diagnosis for disease is clapping. That's the best diagnosis. I'll be going into that more. Like I said, when these 1,000 clappers come in, we're going to let everybody know, and then you can go online and buy them, because I just want to do this training one time. And then we're going to go and we're going to do a show probably every 2 or 3 days. And we're going to show how to clap the whole body. And then we're going to have Q&As. And then if somebody says, well, I have this condition or I have that condition, how would you do it? Then we're going to do and show how to clap for every condition in that probably 4 to 6 week period, right? And then we'll actually do that. And that'll be all up in our library. Okay? So we'll get there. We'll get there. All right. Now, so let's go back online here. What can I do for anxiety? Connect to your breath. 6 seconds in, 7 seconds out. Get yourself a Love Band, Life Band. Okay? And then go to my Braveheart 12 Loving Steps on in my library and watch them. And start doing the 12 loving steps, the mirror work, the Love Band, Life Band. Do your personal gratifications. And you know what? There's so much that I have in these 12 loving steps. And then also, if you have a partner, why aren't you doing the couples connection together? I mean, when two come together, you know what? This is what couples do. They either come together and they create so much anxiety and stress. Think about it. 9 out of 10 couples, okay, what they do is they actually age each other and make each other sick. And it's because they don't know that they're running negative programs, okay? Take a look at how much negative talk you have throughout the day and how much you think negatively, and then you're going to know why you're anxious, okay? You live in a scary world. The reality is, I just told you that, you know, when you feel calm and at peace, you better make your wish list, wish and desires, put that all around, and then don't let anything sway you from that. And I'm telling you, the Love Band, Life Band is the most powerful thing. And I will tell you that there are not just tens of thousands. I've probably got 100,000 people around the world that do Love Band, Life Band. We sell tens of thousands of these every month. Yeah. So they give them to their kids. We will have teachers give them to all the kids in the school. This is 3, 2, 1, I got this. This is a Braveheart Love Band, Life Band. Okay? When you click that, that's a kiss. I love myself. This is a hug. Snug is a hug. And when I do this, I'm snapping myself back to the present moment, because we're only there 2 to 5% of the day. And understand something. I'd never be able to pull everything off that I do unless I was in the present moment 95% of the day, because that's where you need to be. So all you need to do is create new subconscious programs, but you got to have your heart and your soul into this, because the rest of your family has the same type of programs you do. And as soon as you start to do that, they won't like it. Not them, but their subconscious won't. Why? Because I don't like change. That's the subconscious mind. So anxiety, just watch the 12 loving steps. Get yourself Divine Vine. Okay? Get yourself on the infinite iodine that we have. Start drinking more water. Hopefully it's structured. Okay? And get yourself on tummy love. And make sure your bowels are moving. I bet they're not. And if they are, you've got diarrhea. Anxiety, you either are constipated or you've got diarrhea because you've had constipation so long that your bowel's in a crisis and it gives you diarrhea. YouTube, what can I do to cure myself of multiple chemical sensitivities? At the moment, I can't handle any essential oils, and I live a life in isolation because I get sick from people's fragrances, etc. And this is all about your immune system being so low. So believe it or not, I don't mean to be like this, but you're also terrorizing yourself. Okay, so you actually become the disease. I would tell you to get a consultation. It's $125. You can put $25 towards product, and we're going to give you lifetime support because you're not going to need it. Eventually, you're just going to become your own practitioner. You won't need us or anyone else. All right, remember, when they gave the manual out on how to look after yourself, it was given out by the medical system. How's that working for you? They're not even in health. Alina, how many days do you recommend to do fasting if I have breast cancer? Should I cut all supplements I'm taking? Yes, you should. You should cut all supplements you're taking. If you want to give me a call today, I don't mind spending 5 minutes with you, 10 minutes with you, and just talking about your situation. But understand something, that the breast cancer answer depends on what breast it is. That's what emotions are tied behind that. But the reality is what else are you on? What else has happened to you? How many surgeries have you had? How are your bowels moving? This is all important stuff. You know, I will give as much to as I can for free, and I'll keep coming back to the $125 consult. That's all I'm going to say. If you're not worth $125, it doesn't take long to waste that much money in other things. Matt, can you attack rheumatoid arthritis on a water fast? Well, guess what, Matt? Yes, it will help, but rheumatoid arthritis has a lot of scar tissue, crystallization, and displaced calcium wherever it is in the body. And that's where you want to look at Wolfe non-surgical, or you want to look at clapping, and you want to look at DMSO, and you want to look at Pain Away essential oil, and those are the things that you want to do. All right? Now, rheumatoid arthritis is connective tissue made into scar tissue, because what happens is arthritis means inflammation of the joint, right, bud? So, Matt, inflammation of the joint, arthritis. Okay, rheumatoid. Oh, well, that's only because nobody's treated you properly. You know what? I've got a video. Tomorrow, let's play the videos that we made, the short ones on prostate, on arthritis, and on the breast cancer, and show how fast we can turn things around. Okay, so tomorrow let's play those videos, all right? I'm going to play them at the very beginning tomorrow. So that's a little change, but I want to show you the power. You have no idea. You actually believe that you don't have the power to heal yourself. Let me tell you something. On everything that I teach, you've got the power to almost heal everything. And I would like to say everything, but we're close to it. Okay? All right? It's just doing it. Understand something. Every block in the body is scar tissue crystallization and calcification. That's it. So what are you going to do to restore the tissue, get the calcium back in the bones, and to melt that crystallization mat? Well, this is a good start, right? Get a consultation. All right? And I'll give you a protocol, and we'll turn this around so fast, and then you can come on and you can tell people how fast you did it. All right? But just remember, itis means inflammation. And every disease in the body is from inflammation. And at first we have an inflamed mind because of our beliefs. I mean, if you had all the right beliefs that were of the vibration of your superconsciousness, your creator, and nature, we wouldn't be in this mess. Lori, can I have green tea during the fast? No. No, you can't. But you can have green tea when you come out of the fast. Okay? Dora, so I get weak just missing breakfast. Okay. All right. I get it. Well, then just what you should do is just start doing intermittent fasting. And you say here, 12-hour fast, how to do it 6 days. I'm on a natural desiccated thyroid. You'll want to check out my infinite iodine and my divine vine. And then we're going to turn that thyroid around. How's that? Okay. What would you advise? Really want to try even if I can do it? No, you don't want to do it for 6 days, Dora. What I want you to do is I want you to do 1 day, Dora. So pick one of the days this week. Okay? And then if you want, you can call me while we come on the next day and tell me how you did. Why don't you do that, Dora? Let me know. Pick 1 day this week. Let's just do 1 day. Stick to the guidelines here. But remember, you just said that when you miss breakfast, you feel weak. So if you don't feel like you should do it and you're trying to prove something, don't do that. Go from 12-hour fast to 14 to 16. And then do like a 14-hour fast for 3 days. Then go to 16-hour. Then go to 18-hour. And that's it. And then the following week, do a 24-hour fast 1 day. And by the time that we do this in 8 weeks again, you're going to be ready to pull this 6 day off. But please be gentle on your body. Because understand something. Dora, you know as well as I do, you got fears. Okay? And those fears are making you weak. That's not true. It's my physical body. No, it's not. It's your emotional body before it's your physical body. And I'll prove that anytime to anyone. And I don't mind getting on with any psychiatrist, psychologist, or anybody else. But the reality is that's what happens. First, it's invisible before it becomes physical. All right. I would just do it that way, love. But you let me know what you want to do. Anna, if you don't have Silver Bullet yet, can I use Colloidal Silver? Yes, of course you can. Okay, just make sure it's from a really good company. Stacy, I have a big varicose vein in one leg. How can I fix it or prevent others from happening? Well, first of all, varicose veins, they can get worse when you're pregnant, but you don't get varicose veins from pregnancy. You get them because you've been constipated. Yeah, but I'm not constipated. You've had sluggish bowels for years. Trust me. The large intestine is the culprit. And if you don't want varicose veins, then guess what? Stop eating dead food. Start food combining properly. Eat a whole plant-based diet. Get a structure water unit because structure water hydrates to the cells 1,000% better than any other water. Hands down. I don't care. You have a Kangen unit? Great. But structure it. You got a reverse osmosis unit? You better structure because there's no such thing as that reverse osmosis water in nature, so it's not good to drink. Distilled water, not good to drink. But the reality is if you want that kind of purified water, great. But then you got to structure it. So understand something. A varicose vein is showing that you have stagnation in that vein. And I guarantee you've got a physical block in your knee or in your hip, okay? And we got to go into the joint areas and you got to undo those joints and get rid of the crystallization, scar tissue formation. But what I would do if I had a varicose vein is I would be doing all the things I just said, structure water, getting on a whole plant-based diet. The fasting's definitely going to help. But if you were to go in and get on the daily cleansing tea, Tummy Love, Black Gold, for your large intestine, and then did the ultimate coffee enema, those two things are the best thing you could do. And then you're going to, if you don't have a clapper, fine, you've got a hand. Clap that varicose vein and keep clapping it. Clap around it, clap above it. So let's say if the vein was that long, I would clap above it about that far, this below. And let's say the vein was just below my knee, okay, and it was, usually that's where it is. So if it's below my knee, I'm going to go in, I'm going to clap my knee, the back, the sides, and the front. I'm going to clap my knee for maybe, well, let's just say 40 minutes, okay? So if you've got the energy, do it. And if you find any black or blue or purple, you know you're blocked in the knee, because you're not supposed to bruise unless you've got a physical block of dis-ease in issues in the tissues. So now I would do the knee, but I would also then block above the varicose vein, around it, and on it. And if you're dedicated to it, it's going away. I would also get on my Vein Away essential oil, and I would be putting Vein Away essential oil on before the clapping, and I would be doing it and putting the Vein Away on after the clapping. Okay, there you go. Anna, can I have a vitamin C, IV, acupuncture, and ozone during the fast? Yes, you can. And if you get too much ozone and you go into a healing reaction, that wasn't me. If you go and do too much vitamin C and you go into a healing reaction, that wasn't me. Acupuncture, absolutely. Go do it. Okay? And when you go to get your acupuncture, I have a doctorate in acupuncture. Make sure that they're only doing it to balance your energy or to shift energy to balance it. Okay? All right? And the vitamin C, yeah, just kind of go easy, okay? Just don't overdo it, okay? And with the ozone, I'll have people do a fast and they'll do too much ozone, and then they're in bed for a day. Not because they're dying, but ozone is oxygen on a mission. And if you're going to go in there and knock out bad bacteria, viruses, and go in there and go after inflamed tissue, and you want to do too much work all at once when you're also unleashing the power of fasting, you might just get your butt kicked. So be gentle. Be gentle. And I would really maybe do, I don't know what kind of ozone therapy you do. Do you do it in the ear? Do you do it vaginally? Do you do it rectally? Are you getting it injected into the blood? I might just maybe do a little bit in my ear. I wouldn't be over aggressive in the vagina or the rectum. That's for sure. You just might not want to stir up a bee's nest. Okay. Jacinta, is there a video on the Ultimate Coffee Enema? Yes, there is. And it's in the Perfect Day Guide in the library. Oh, no, the video's not there. The video's in the DIY on YouTube. So if you go to Doc of Detox on YouTube, it's in the DIY. And I'm actually going to be talking about where everything is right at the end of this. Elizabeth, what do I do with cellulitis? Cellulitis just means inflammation of fat cells. That's what it is. It's a bacterial skin infection. Yeah, well, it is, but usually that tissue can be fat cells because the fat cells hold toxins. So you'll usually find it in the fat cells will happen more because the vibration is lower. I have it in two places. Well, I would be doing clapping on the area. I would also be doing using the pain away on it. You can also, after you do the clapping, after you put the pain away, you might want to put some of the colloidal silver bullet gel on the area as well. Okay, but it just means inflammation of the cells, and again, that's a physical block, so we need to increase the circulation. But if it was my thing, I would do skin brushing around the area. I would do salt glows on the area, and I would do some patting and clapping, and then the essential oils, and then the silver gel, and guess what? It's gone. It's gone. But just remember, the cellulitis is actually just a weak point in your skin, but the chances that it came from a dysfunctional bowel are very high. Okay. Dessa, what can I do about dry, loose skin? Already talked about that. Clapping, skin brushing, salt glows, moringa oil. Those are the main things. And the other thing is that, remember, we want to cleanse the bowels. What about getting on a whole plant-based diet and checking out the Perfect Day diet? Remember something, loose skin means that you have a dysfunctional bowel, and it means you don't have a lot of nutrition. So I would tell you to go and get a perfect day consult. Now, to do that, you can go right, if you want to just sign up, you can just go right to Doc of Detox, go to the top, look at consultations, click on there, fill out the form, pay, you're on your way, okay? But if you want to call in and talk to someone and book it, you can do that too, all right? And like I said, if you want to talk to Karen, it's all, or any of the other ones, you can just hit 0. That's a good way to get to them, okay? When you call the 800 number. Yeah, but loose skin, I talked about that yesterday. And I'm going to tell you, you can believe this or not. We got people that have jowls, double chin, bag, skin hanging down, like way down. Like I got to really just pull it. And guess what? You'll get that toned up if you do the things that I ask you to do. Okay? Glenda, I have done only water fast for 7 days and had cramping about the 5th day. What would you suggest? Well, you probably, I don't know if you were doing the saltwater flush, and you probably weren't doing the ultimate coffee enema. And where is the cramping? Wherever the cramping is, you could take like a tennis ball or an Indian rubber ball and roll that on the area, because again, that's a physical block, or it could be a gas block. So we want to go in there and just get the circulation up. So you can pat and clap the area where the cramping is, and it's going to help. You can also, if it's cramping, just pat and clap, and also then put your head down and your bum up in the air, and it's probably just trapped gas. Okay? All right? So trapped gas. And if you've had some kind of colon stricture or colitis or something like that, and the bowel got thinned out, sometimes it's hard for the gas to get around the corner. All right? Laura, but you know what? Daily cleansing tea, tummy love. If you did daily cleansing tea, tummy love, and black gold consistently as part of your perfect day protocol for your life, you'd never have that. You want to know something? You can either create the perfect day or pay. You're either going to pay now or pay later, and you're going to pay big later. Laura, what about just taking magnesium before bed during a fast? No, because the magnesium is going to turn on your digestive tract. If you want to take like a magnesium cream and rub that in, that's fine, but don't be taking it orally. Chantel, how much should we drink on the fast? All right. So what I say to people is this. On a fast, look at it minimum, take your weight. Let's say if you were 100 pounds, right? Well, then I would want that person to do around 75 to 90 ounces. Okay? So let's say you weighed 200 pounds. So 150 pounds. I would want that person to do 100 to 120. If you weighed 200 pounds for liquids during the day, I would want that person to do about anywhere from 4 quarts to 6 quarts a day. But you got to go by how you feel. You got to go by what you're doing. What is your sweating capacity? How well do you urinate? I mean, let's look at it this way, guys. Most people think about fasting are usually 30, 40, 50, or 60, or 70, or 80, or even 90 years old. And if your bladder has been inflamed, then you're not able to hold a lot of urine. So you're going to be going drip, drip, drip. So you're holding back a lot of water. But the reality is you'll never get your bladder fixed unless you look at your colon and really get it cleansing, and then really take your bladder to the gym, which is drinking lots of water. Yeah, but I don't want to do that, Dr. Wolfe. Then I'm in the bathroom like 20 times a day. Well, do that for 6 weeks to 3 months, and then you'll be peeing after that, 12 to 16 ounces every time you pee, and you'll be healthy. Because I'm going to tell you something. The amount that you pee and the amount that you poo is going to tell you how long you're going to live, because your poop is a computer printout, and your pee, if you don't pee, you won't be free of disease. You got to be able to have long, healthy, powerful pees. That's it. And the same with your poos. And if that's going to tell you how healthy you are. You know, I know when somebody comes in and they've got how can I say this? An illness that could take their life. I always ask them, so how are you peeing and how are you pooing? Our success is going to be determined on how we get that to work better. All right. Okay. Adriana, are you still doing the Orlando training? Yes, I am. Everybody, I will be doing the Orlando training. I got to tell you right now, though, I'm doing the Orlando Whole Life Coach certification. We are not going to be doing the non-surgical training because we're going to be doing the Orlando training, everybody, just so you know, is in September. And we're going to be doing the whole certification, okay, in California, in Palm Beach. Is it Palm Beach? It's called Palm Beach, right? Yeah. No, California. West Palm Beach, right? So we're going to be doing that in California in November. Okay, so November and just the first part of December. I think it ends around the 5th. If you go to itioh.com, you'll see I'm doing the Whole Life Coach certification in Orlando in September because we're already doing a full training in September in Canada. And guys, I got to tell you something. Right now, I just want to say this. I'm going to be putting this up online, but I just want you to know that the World Health Organization, go figure, they actually wrote, this is way before, this is months before, they already wrote the guidelines, and they said that we are going to get another surge of coronavirus because they're psychics. We're going to get another surge in September. So if I have to cancel the Whole Life Coach certification, get money back, that's fine. But then to do the non-surgical in September, so no. And I believe that they probably could pull that off and do this to us. So I don't trust them. So I'm going to do the Whole Life Coach certification in Orlando in September, and you'll see it on itioh.com. And then we're going to do the full training in November in California. So you'll see that online. And I'm offering in Canada 3 more trainings in the next, in the next 5 months. I've got 3 more trainings here in Canada. And we had to do that because, you know what? Their games have not stopped until they have economic depression and they got everyone just going, okay, I just want my life back to normal. I'll take the vaccination. This isn't going to end. Okay, you've got only a handful of powerful people that are orchestrating the whole world right now. Go figure. Who would have figured that, eh? Somebody was asleep at the wheel. Ro, I recently had a mild heart attack as an adult onset diabetic. Can I fast? Well, I would tell you to get a consultation. And, are you on any other drugs? What drugs are you on? What are you doing? How stable is your mind? I mean, right now, I'm going to tell you, when somebody comes to us, the first thing we do is look at the condition they're in, not the condition they have. Because the condition you're in is going to decide how your life is going to go because your beliefs are everything. So the reality is if I had adult onset diabetes and had a slight heart attack, I'd be fasting like Jack the Bear. I'd be doing it so fast to make your head spin. And I'll tell you why. You wouldn't have had a heart attack, a mild heart attack, if your heart wasn't clogged up and if you didn't have a broken heart emotionally. Okay? And you can believe it or not, but you know what? If we went into your love affairs and how you deal with love, you would find that emotional becomes physical. And the pre-diabetic, that's 85% of North America is pre-diabetic. And to get off of being a pre-diabetic person, that would take you 3 weeks to 6 weeks to turn that around. How easy is that? I would do a consultation, my friend, right? And I'll tell you right now, like I said, you don't like it, you don't think it was worth it, we'll give you your money back. And we know people are just going to do it to want their money back. But the reality is most people are really sincere. And what we're giving, yeah. Nobody gives what we give. We made this decision. We're old school. We want people calling us. You can't get well through texts. You can't get well through emails. It's not happening. You need to hear the person's voice. They need to hear your voice and know that you are emotionally invested in their creating their perfect day. Dessa, what do you suggest for fibromyalgia? Fibromyalgia is just pain in the muscles from inflammation and infection. Everything we talked about here. Everything we're talking about. Fibromyalgia is not a disease. Fibromyalgia is a person that runs from pain usually. Pain is an enemy to them. It's not a GPS. They're not on the perfect day diet. they're not doing things like fasting, and they're definitely not doing daily cleansing and drinking enough structured water. Following the basic rules can turn fibromyalgia around in a few days. It's as simple as that. You know what? When a new thing happens, the medical system denies it only till they can make a prescription drug to deal with it. So it doesn't exist until they make a new drug. Okay? There's no way out of this until we make a new vaccine. Okay. Terry, you mentioned in a previous post to break the fast with 3 days of broth and celery juice. Is fresh carrot? I already answered the carrot juice one. Lana, can you just water fast with no adding all those? Okay, first of all, we're not adding a bunch of minerals and vitamins here. Okay? And yes, you can. I already answered that. You can do water fast with just water. Make sure that you're doing the saltwater flush. Make sure you're getting sunlight. Make sure that you're doing lots of timeouts. Head down, little 5-minute naps, or just connecting to your breath at least 5 minutes every hour. But everybody should be doing that. But especially if you're not getting any other vibrational support, then you want to make sure 5 minutes out of every hour that you're taking a break. I would be doing 5 minutes every half hour, to be honest with you. Would you like to be successful? Would you like to not suffer as much? Then understand, breathing is essential. And deep breathing is super essential. All right? So look at the Lionheart breath. 22, which essential oils are okay to use in your water while fasting? Super cinnamon, lemon lift, orange burst. The super cinnamon is the one I lean to the most because it really helps with blood sugar. Okay? It helps with, we know that cinnamon is an infection fighter. It fights bad bugs. We know that it balances blood sugar instantly. Okay? We know that it helps with digestion in supporting it. Deborah, can I do belly button therapy if I've had an operation on my belly button? Absolutely. You want to do it and start off gently, and then as time goes on, go more aggressive and go deeper. When I do belly button therapy, I can actually go right back to my spine. Okay, you see how it goes deep. Like when I do it, I can go this deep. When you start, you might just go, ooh, just tickle it. Some people, they have so much inflammation in their gut that you're going to go so gentle. Just go to DIY, do-it-yourself videos on YouTube on Doc of Detox, and you'll see how to do it. Tina, do you use Epsom salt mixture on your face? Absolutely. I wouldn't use the coconut oil. If you had really dry skin, you could, but I just use the Epsom salt, structure water, and pick the essential oil that you like. When it comes to the face, I just use the lemon lift because I do my whole body, right? And yeah, that'll be great. Final question, YouTube. Do I continue to take sleep medication during a fast? Well, you know what? Why don't you do the belly button therapy? Okay, try that. And and guess what? If you want to sleep, why aren't you going out first thing in the morning when the sun rises and do 20 minutes of sun gazing? Because that's when you make all your melatonin. Then do the belly button therapy. And then when you do the belly button therapy, also do the Lionheart breathing when you go to bed along with the belly button therapy. And think about how amazing you are. Okay? How amazing you've done on this fast. Look at how, and that you are unlimited potential. And then just picture the way you want tomorrow to go. And then go through all your gratitudes and thank your creator for just giving you unlimited potential. And then go to bed thinking about all the things and the way you want to see your life, and just know that they will come. Hold the line. And then if you can't get to sleep, just do more belly button therapy. If you wake up in the night, do some belly button therapy. Right? When I wake up in the middle of the night, let's say it's 3 o'clock. That's usually the time I'll wake up. In between anywhere 3 to 4, but usually around 3, it's the same time. I don't go to bed right away. And I don't wake up because I have to pee. I don't have a prostate bladder problem. I'll go pee, and then I'll just sit there. I'll just sit there and find out, is there anything that I need to know? Because God only whispers, and that's the quiet time, and that's when you're going to learn. So don't get up and get pissed off because you woke up. Maybe there's something you need to know in the quiet of the night. Okay? All right? And don't get up and go, oh my God, I got to pee again. Just go pee. And then if you have to pee 3 or 4 times a night, this is all about you not drinking water. This is all about you not looking after your bowels. That's all it is. You didn't look after your bowels. You don't drink enough water, and you don't drink the right water. Dora, so I get weak just missing. Oh, I know I did that already. So we're done. That's it. So let me go to the bottom here, everyone. Where are we here? I just want to read where everything's going to be for you. Right there. Okay. Okay, upcoming shows, Advanced Water Fasting Challenge. We already talked about that. 10 a.m. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. on Friday, Monday at 3 o'clock, and then 10 a.m. on Tuesday, and then it's over until another 2 months. And then we'll take a look at doing another one for those who really just want to jump on in. Okay? Later today, I already told you, Magna Havas, I'm going to be interviewing her, 5G connection. If you can make it, do it. And then put your questions for tomorrow. For fasting tomorrow, put your questions on here or put them on the show this afternoon if you end up watching the show. And I'll answer your questions for tomorrow. And then next week, we're going to have Dr. Howard Fisher. And after that, we're going to have Peter Webb talking about crystal energy and 5G and Wi-Fi and why this works and why radionics is the most powerful thing against 5G. All right? So the invisible helps to negate the negative invisible. There you go. After that, let me see. That's it. Okay. Just help me. Clapping class, like I said, is postponed till we get our clappers. Send me an email, a quick start at Doc of Detox if you want my 7 empowering steps. And I want to get through this. There's too much stuff here. Yeah, way too much. Somebody else wrote all this up for me. I just want to go. Oh, yeah. If you want to listen to any of our audios of any of our shows, go to Spotify, iTunes, or SoundCloud. And just know that if you go to YouTube, all the questions that came in today are going to be time-stamped. So you can go right to your question and get it answered. All right? The 6-day advanced water. Okay. What I'm going to read right now is going to be on tomorrow so that you can take a picture with your phone. And it's going to tell you where all the information that you need to go so you can access it. So you'll have it, okay? And but I'm going to read it right now for everyone. So you might want to write this down if there's certain things you want to know where, or just backtrack the video. 6-day Advanced Water Fasting Challenge Guide and video are in the Doc of Detox library. Just click on the 6-day Advanced Challenging Guide, okay, Fasting Guide. The Ultimate Coffee Enema is in the Perfect Day Guide, okay? And what... Can you make sure we get the page number? That was supposed to be on here. All right? You'll find it in the Perfect Day. The Perfect Day Diet is in the Perfect Day Guide on page 36. Structured Water is in the Structured Water Guide if you want more information, along with the Structured Water video with Dr. Gerald Pollack is in the Structured Water Guide, which is in the library. Okay? The Epsom Salt Glow, the Cocoa Salt Glow, the skin brushing, okay, is in the Beautiful Skin chapter on page 518 in my Healthy to 100 book. And you can go look at that in the library in the PDF, or if you call us up, you just pay the shipping. We'll send you up to 6 books free. And we've got great shipping, guys, in Canada and United States. And understand, we have 3 warehouses, one in California, one in Pennsylvania, and one in Texas. That's why you get your products so fast. Okay? All right. Now, also, okay, also this information on the skin brushing, the Epsom Salt Glow and the Cocoa Salt Glow, they can be found also in the Perfect Day Guide on page 79, remember? And that's in that's in the library. All right. Also, I found it. The Ultimate Coffee Enema is on page 88 in the Perfect Day Guide. Okay. Now here, for do-it-yourself videos such as the Ultimate Coffee Enema, clapping your lungs and heart for health, belly button therapy, pelvic enhancer, pelvic activation squat, ear restoration, and eye restoration is in the DIY, do-it-yourself section playlist on Doc of Detox YouTube channel. Boom. Salade. ATP, Divine Vine, and the Pineal Elixirs. If you want to know more about them, they're in the library in the Humic Fulvic Guide. And that's where you'll also find the fulvic concentrate. So you get all your information, what it is, how it was made, okay? And you can also watch, if you click on that guide, the Humic Fulvic Guide in the library, click on the guide. You can watch ATP and immunity about the life crystals, okay? And if you want to learn more about fulvic and humic, then go and watch the fulvic and acid concentrate and fulvic, humic, and acid concentrate video. Okay, it's also in there for people who want to know about the SAC calcium, because the best time to get displaced calcium back into your bones, you can do it with SAC calcium. There's nothing else that'll do that on the planet, and I can prove that. But when you're doing a fast, if you do the SAC calcium, it's going to work so much better because there's nothing in the way of it, right? For more information on the SAC ionic calcium, also the Truth About Calcium video and the Science About Calcium videos, just email us at quickstart@docofdetox.com and we'll send that to you. God bless everyone. And this went longer than I thought it would. And wow, if you're still hanging in there, then you really must want this. And I understand something. Stay connected to your breath, because your breath is so powerful. Keep a slight smile on your face and know that you got this and that you are more than this. All right? And I want you to get a band, elastic band or a hair band, or order these from us. And when you feel a little bit of anxiety, and understand something. Every time that you feel fearful, that's called BS. So there's a lot of it going around. And that's dysfunctional belief systems. God bless and have the best day of your life. If you're looking for life-saving and life-changing information, well, you've come to the right place. Don't forget to click and subscribe. Stay connected.